I'm gonna be skipping the normal banners, the characters that are already in the game, right? We can talk a little bit about them. But we're getting 3 new banners. We're getting Alice, Hilda, and Butter. Butter is a DPS, Alice is an DPS with some utility, and Hilda is a healer. Which ones are worth getting? The ones for your personality. If you are building a dark team, you'll pick Hilda. If you are waiting and coping for a madness team, you'll pick Alice. And if you care about a light team, you'll get Butter. Okay, I'll show them. Yes, Alice.
He's getting Alice for sure.
I'll show them in a second. Bibi is worth getting a copy if you can afford it. But again, it's a Pilgrim banner, 0.6%, no pity. 300 pulls to guarantee or for exchange for a copy. Up to you, right? Up to you, but it's worth it. Bibi will be the main carry in raids as a tank for a long time until we get Bella and some other characters. So that's gonna take a while. I'm gonna be honest, the Velvet banner. If I'm 100% honest, I don't even know where she is. I'm gonna be honest. The Velvet banner can be skipped. All right. If you like blue, there will be other tanks later. We're gonna be getting Ed. If you like her for whatever reason, get a copy, but it's easy to skip. For me, it's an easy pick. Right now, the meta, it's literally go full dark, and she is the main tank. I even up her on the tier list to T1 just because it's the meta right now, because how many chapters they made fire to fuck with Bibi, right? So if you guys want to grab a copy, get one, but one thing is, by the way, all of these banners, more than one copy is not needed. Get the copy. All of them outside of Bibi are standard. There is no other Eldains in this list. It's only Bibi. And when it comes to Gavia, since we are not using that many green characters, she has lost some value, but she's a pretty cheap support to build, because if you get her, you only need to worry about her freshman skill for the shield, and you can ignore senior and passive for now. So pretty cheap support to build, pretty good. She was a 2-star in Korea, so a little bit harder to get now, but still pretty cute character. Okay, pretty cute character. And then Erpin, for raids, is gonna be used a lot because her passive is actually a team passive. Fucking animation. She has a team passive that is gonna be increasing ally for all innocence allies, and it's 18% at level 7. Don't go past level 7. In order to go past, you need to get 4 stars and 5 stars. Not worth it. Way too expensive to only go to 23%. And she also increases SP recovery, but that's only for herself. So, but the attack is gonna be used on raids 100%. Skip all except new ones. Skip everything and only pull on the personalities that you plan to build. If you wanna try to get a copy of each character, it's also a 3%, so you could be getting a copy. But again, lot of RNG. All of these standard characters you'll be able to farm later on, be it on the clone factory or on the shop regardless. So it's up to what teams you want to be building, nothing else. Obviously, there's already some that are better than others. Velvet is fucking useless, in my opinion. It's probably the easiest skip of the list. The rest all have their usage. And then the new characters. We can talk about the new characters. There is a few of them. Butter. A lot of you have been asking for her. This is one of them, okay? She's gonna be competing with Momo because it's the only other DPS that Light currently has that is good. Everything else is pretty fucking awful.
MIC.
Right? So she's gonna be competing with Momo. For her kid, if we come here to the Korean pages, right? This is machine translated, so take it as a reference only. It's pretty simple, but you need investment because she needs to be actually getting not dupes. This is not dupes. When we talk about grade 6, this is based on how many stars while you are on a stage. So it's gonna be basically hitting more times the more stars she has. She's a decent DPS, honestly. She's pretty decent. She gets that attack on the normal skill. Her ultimate is just a big, right? A big AoE damage. And then her normal attack, same thing, volley of stones. And her enhanced one gonna be doing guaranteed crits. She's gonna be competing with Momo. Momo will get more usage later on. Butter will get better if we get the asides. Again, this system is still not in global, so don't worry about this. But when we get the aside, Butter actually gets a little bit better. For now, you can ignore that. She's a decent AoE character. If you want to build a light team, for example, Bolemis, you should pull for one copy. If you don't care about the light team, you can skip Butter. The one I would recommend pulling though, it's Hilda, which is right here. This one. But there is nothing. It's the new character for Lost Sword. No need to cut it. New character for Lost Sword. Download Lost Sword. Great game. Great game. Hilda is gonna be replacing Posher. Now Posher is cute. She has a nice skin, but she has a few downsides. She's a healer that only heals. Right? Future editor. Only heals 1 in 3, right? Because she has the green potion, the red potion, and the yellow potion. So she only heals that. For a support, she's more of a utility character. It's nice that she has the heals, but even on her normal attack, she does not heal.
God, Posher.
Yeah, PvP. But Hilda actually will heal. She's a pretty good healer. If we go to her kit right here, her first skill is just a heal for 2 allies, and also applies a heal over time. So she's like Picora, right? Picora, whatever it is. Her ultimate you can ignore because it's just an AoE, but it actually reduces the physical damage dealt by the enemy, so it's pretty nice. And then her normal attack, and this is why she's a way better support than anything that our girl Posher can do, is because every 3 attacks she will heal the ally with the lowest percentage based on the maximum HP. Also, really important, or at least really important to me, right? But she gets a Dontan skin. I am a fan of Dontan skins. I'm not sure about you guys, but dresses, right? I'm a simple man. I am a simple man. So if we talk about dresses, I think it's a pretty good skin. She gets also summer dress later, both pretty cute. I think she can compete with the Posher skin. No? Can compete with the Posher skin. And then the last character that we're gonna be getting outside of Hilda, which again I think is the one people should be pulling for, because right now the meta. Did I close the tier list? Yes. Because right now the meta is just going full depressed team. Is the strongest element by far. We are replacing a non-really good support with a proper support, a proper healer for the team. Obviously, Yomi is already there, so not like she was needed, but she's a better pick than Posher. So she will be replacing her 100%. And the last character is Alice. I'm gonna be honest, easy skip, because there is not enough damage dealers. She's not a bad damage dealer. Like, she's a good DPS. The problem is that right now there is nothing in terms of madness to make a proper team. You can be running Shady and Belita, but it's kind of copium, not gonna lie. You can run Chloe as a tank, perfect, right? But that's it. Diana as a support. Diana is pretty good, but right now there is not enough characters to support. Her kit, she throws cards. Depending on what cards she throws, she deals damage or stuns or electrifies. She has a lot of damage over time on her kit. It's a pretty good one, right? But again, the problem with her is that there is not enough madness characters to be pulling for. In terms of skins for Butter and for Alice, I don't even know if they have skins. I'm not gonna lie. These characters that I never really care about. This is Butter. She gets what the fuck? She gets summer skin. Okay, and she gets I don't remember what these skins were. I'm pretty sure these skins were a picnic. That you go into a picnic. There were like 5 of them, but that's the one she's getting. And then Alice, a character that just by the name I will dislike, right? Just by the name, I will be a hater. What is Alice? Alice in the future. Okay, maybe it's not that bad though. Maybe it's not that bad. We're talking about the Reverse Bunny skin. We're talking about the Red Hood skin with the wolf, everything. Okay. And we're talking about like a normal more Alice in Wonderland skin. Alright. Maybe. Maybe. If we're getting the bunny skin, I'll get that one. I'll get that one. But those are the characters we're getting in the future. Future banners, these are the ones on the files. You guys can decide what you want to build based on what team you are right now making. And most of them are pretty easy to skip. Long term, Alice is a good DPS, and that's like about it. Obviously, outside of Bibi, right? So up to you what you want to pull. You guys can say goodbye to YouTube because that's everything to show.